showing is the editing of lights. I'm going to go ahead and close out this mini map really quick and then go to the sundial and move the arrow to nighttime. As you can see, the sun goes down and the lights in the building will actually come on. Let's go ahead and edit some of these lights now so you can see how easy it is. As I come around this corner, you can see I have these 6 lights on the ceiling. I don't need all 6 to light this area, so I'm going to select one, go to the Fuzor Tech tab, and do Edit Selection. This will just help me find the area in my project that I'm working in. Go ahead and just select a row of these lights now, and then delete them. And now I'm going to select this other row and just center them on the ceiling so it just looks a little bit nicer. So select all 3 and move them to the center. As you see, as I do this, the lights will actually turn off inside of Fuzor, and then they'll start turning back on. This is just the lights recalculating how they're supposed to be lighting the area. Another thing to mention is the render modes. So we have consistent and realistic. When turning on realistic, we'll actually use the light color, whereas consistent is always white. So if you don't want any of the lighting to affect your environment, just use consistent. But we're going to be using realistic for this example so you can kind of see how the lights change. So go ahead and select one of these lights, and then inside of Revit I'm going to select one and go to the edit type so you can kind of see the BIM information, how it matches up. So we're at 4150 and 4150. Now if we go inside to actually change this value, so select the initial color, and I'm just going to change it to the white and press OK. And then press OK again. And you can see the lights will actually turn off, and when they come back on we should have a set of white lights kind of lighting the hallway. So there we go. As I select this again and go to edit type, you can see that we are at 6500 for our initial color, and inside of Fuzor, if I select it, we're at 6500 as well. So white was a little bit difficult to tell much of the difference between the yellow to the white. So I'm going to go ahead and select one again and change it to a different color. This allows us to see how consistent and realistic really works. So make it a red light and press OK. And now these lights should turn off, and they're going to come back on and give us these red lights to light our area. So as they turn back on, now we have red lights, and you can see how the red falls on the carpets and the walls. Just so it looks like these are actually the red lights filling it in. But if I go to consistent, you can see that now we've turned back to the white lights. So consistent will always have white lights. So your sunlight will always be white. Your lights inside the buildings will always be white. Another thing to mention about lights is you can actually come up to individual lights, select one, and switch them off, and this will turn that light off. So go ahead and select another one and do this again. Select it and switch off. And if we go back to the first one, we can select it and turn it back on. So you can just go around your project turning off lights in certain areas if you don't want them on. You can also go through and turn all of them on, or turn all of them off. So you can turn all of them off so it's nighttime. We've turned all of our lights off, and now we turn them all back on. And select this one and switch it back on. And you can also use nighttime only. So nighttime only is the default. So when it's nighttime and the sun goes down, the lights will actually turn on in the building. The next feature that